You haven't met all the people that you're gonna love. You haven't visited all the places that you're gonna fall in love with. And that's the absolute beauty of life. But the truth is that the life that I currently love has nothing to do with the life that I was envisioning for myself. But it's only possible if you do one thing and genuinely listen to yourself. And I'm gonna give you the exact exercise that I did and that allowed me to move peacefully from France to New York, to San Francisco, to San Diego. So bear with me until the end because you're absolutely gonna love this exercise. 7 years ago, if someone had told me that I would be in San Diego, that I would come out, I genuinely wouldn't have believed them because I was in my room in Paris and I had a very clear vision of the life that I wanted. But first, let's start with the fact that you haven't met all the people that you're gonna love. I love this saying that is, some people are there for a season, some people are there for a reason, and some people are there for a lifetime. Because growing up, you might feel that the relationships that you're building are supposed to last your entire life. And it's absolutely not true. Let's start with the fact that some people are there for a season. And the fact that it ends does not mean that it was not beautiful. Either in terms of friendships, in terms of romantic relationships. It might just mean that it was not the right time. It means that it was not the right moment. And that's absolutely okay. And if this relationship was actually supposed to last a little bit more, I genuinely believe that it's gonna happen again further in life. Now, the fact that some people are there for a reason. There are some relationships that do not work, some people who genuinely annoy you. And I think that those people are your greatest teachers, that there is actually this soul contract that is made between your soul and someone else's soul, that they can actually teach you something. And very often when I'm annoyed at someone else's behavior, it's because I need to look at my own behavior and see if there is something that I can improve, something that I can change. And those people are there for a reason. And finally, some people are there for a lifetime. I have this friend. She moved to Paris, thousands of miles away. But we both know that we're gonna be friends for life. And I actually have some shivers while I'm talking about it. So we know that we're gonna be friends for life. And we're committed to making the conscious effort to continue texting, continue calling each other. Because in the end, I'm convinced that time and distance are an illusion and that the most beautiful relationships that you can have are actually the ones that are not necessarily right next door. They are the ones with which you need to make a conscious effort in order to continue the relationship. And that's the most beautiful thing in life. Now, let's move to the fact that some places, you haven't visited those places and you're gonna fall in love with them. I never really understood the people who said, when you know, you know. And then I visited San Diego 1 month after I moved to SF. And I literally fell in love with this city. I had butterflies in my stomach. And you know, the kind of butterflies that are not anxiety butterflies, but this kind of pull, this kind of energy that I had to move. And it took me 1 year to actually understand what it was. I stayed for 1 year in SF. And I finally decided to move to San Diego. And I perfectly remember the moment I just knew that I had to move. I was looking at the sea. There was this wind that was coming to me. And I felt a kind of calling that I had to move to this city. I didn't know exactly why. And to be fair, I still don't know exactly why. But I just have this knowing that I have to be there, that something is happening in this city. And I have those shivers again. So I had the exact same feeling that I had when I decided to move. And I strongly believe that places have energy, the same way that people have energy, and that you can feel attracted to a place But the shadow of that is that some places you just don't like their energy as well. For me, I have some bars, for instance, or even some cities like New York that genuinely feel haunted. I don't know, I just don't like the energy out there. There is something that is a little bit off, and that's okay. And the key in order to understand this energy that you can perceive is knowing that it's not necessarily about you, but it's about the fact that you're attracting, that you're reflecting energy of the people, of the places around you, and especially of the history of the places. Maybe in your past life, maybe in my past life, I actually visited San Diego. Maybe I lived in San Diego. Maybe I fell in love in San Diego. And that might be the reason why I had this knowing that I had to move. But all of this would be nice thoughts if it was not actually something that you can take action on, something that you can actually implement in your day-to-day life. And as I'm a data scientist, I actually like tangible things. And so I'm gonna give you this exercise that I did when I decided to move to San Francisco, and then when I decided to move to San Diego. Growing up, you certainly have either those places or those people that feel like home, that feel safe. So right now you can close your eyes and just listen to what I'm saying. Imagine that you're in this place that genuinely brings you joy, that genuinely brings you peace. And for 1 minute, I want you to think and to feel in your body the feelings that you experienced at the time. I'm just gonna pause for 1 minute, and then we're gonna do the second part of the exercise. Now, I want you to think about either a place that you might want to move to or a relationship that you want to explore. And try to notice how your body feels. Where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel something in your heart? Do you feel something in your throat? Maybe you have a little bit of shivers. So try to feel that for 30 seconds. Now, I want you to think about how you felt during the first part of the exercise, when you were thinking about something in the past that brought you peace and joy. And I want you to compare it to the things that you felt during the second part of the exercise. Was it the same feeling of peace, or was it something that was a little bit more uncomfortable, something that was more anxiety? Typically, I know for myself that I feel peace in my heart and I feel anxiety in my throat. And what this exercise does is that it allows you to pause and to be able to feel in your body whether it's peace, joy, or anxiety. Because love and fear, love and anxiety can sometimes feel a little bit like the same thing. So having this ability to pause, take a deep breath, and be able to actually feel in your body the emotions, the feeling that you get around new places, around new people, is the thing that genuinely can allow you to make decisions that are made with intention instead of decisions that are made out of fear of being alone, out of fear of not liking the city that you currently live in. And I will leave you with that exercise, and you can do 5 minutes of journaling afterwards so that you can come back to it later. And if you like this kind of video, you can subscribe or follow me on Instagram for more.